Over the last couple of videos, we've looked at how you can identify where the minute hand is and how many minutes that is past the hour or to the hour. Minutes past the hour, they're going to stay as green, and you'll remember that the minutes past the hour you can count in fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get the minutes past on that side of the clock. You can extend that and carry on counting the minutes past all the way round the clock. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 and then 60 would take you to the full hour, to the 12 at the top. In the previous video I mentioned that when you're reading or writing a time that's so many minutes to the hour, there's more than one way you can say that, and that's because you can also express that time as how many minutes past the previous hour. Just a quick reminder of the minutes to, counting in fives down the left hand side of the clock as you're looking at it, and now you can see that when you're looking at the minutes to, there are two options. You can express it as the minutes to, or you can express it as the minutes past. On this clock, the minute hand is pointing at the 7, which is telling us that it's 25 to something. We look at the hour hand to see where it's going to, and it's going to the 5. So it's 25 minutes to 5 or 25 to 5. This can also be expressed as how many minutes past the previous hour. It's 35 minutes past. We look at the hour hand. Which hour has it gone past? It's gone past the 4. So it's 35 minutes since 4 o'clock. 35 minutes past 4, or you can express that as 4:35. And this is particularly useful when you're comparing analogue clocks to digital clocks. Now the minute hand is pointing at the 8, which is telling us it's 20 minutes to something. Look at the hour hand, look at where it's going to, that's what it's 20 to. It's 20 minutes to 5 or just 20 to 5. How would you express that time as minutes past? It's 40 minutes past. One of the confusing things here is that people see the 5 and they call it 5:40. But actually the hour hand has just gone past the 4. So it's going to be 40 minutes past 4 or 4:40, not 5:40. This time the minute hand is on the 9, which is telling us that there's 15 minutes until it gets to the next hour. The next hour that the hour hand is approaching is 5. So there's 15 minutes until 5 o'clock, or we can call that 4:45. How would you express this time as minutes past? There's 45 minutes since the last hour. The last hour was 4. 45 minutes past 4 or 4:45. Now the minute hand is on the 10, that's telling us that it's 10 minutes until the next hour. The next hour will be 5, so it's 10 minutes to 5 or just 10 to 5. It's also 50 minutes past the hour before, which was 4. So it's 50 minutes past 4 or 4:50. Now the minute hand is on 11, and that's showing us that it's 5 to something. The next hour coming up is 5, so it's 5 minutes to 5 or 5 to 5. It's also 55 minutes past the previous hour, which was 4. 55 minutes past 4 or 4:55. These next ones are for you to try. They will get increasingly more difficult as I take away the guides. Pause the video at the beginning of each one if you need time to work it out. The first one, the minute hand is on the 5, which is telling us that it's 25 past something. We don't need to worry about minutes to, because the minute hand is just on the green side. It's not on the side that has the blue. It's 25 minutes past the previous hour, which was 9. So the time is 25 minutes past 9, or just 25 past 9, or 9:25. This one's a bit more tricky because you have to take into account the minutes too. The minute hand is pointing at the 9, and that's telling us that there's 15 minutes until the next hour. The next hour will be 3, so that's 15 minutes to 3, or just quarter to 3. It's also 45 minutes past the hour before, which was 2. 45 minutes past 2, or 2:45. This time the minute hand is on the 11, which is telling us that it's 5 to something, and the hour hand is going up to the 11. So it's 5 minutes to 11. 5 to 11, which is also 55 minutes past the hour before, which was 10. 55 minutes past 10 is 10:55. I've taken away the minutes too, but you can still use counting in fives down the side of the clock to help you work this out. The minute hand is on the 8, which is telling us, counting fives down there, that it's 20 minutes to something. The hour hand is going to the 4, so it's 20 minutes to 4. It's also 40 minutes past the hour before, which was 3. 40 minutes past 3 is 3:40. 20 to 4 and 3:40 are the same. This time the minute hand is on the 10. Starting with the minutes 2, just counting down in fives, we can see that that is 10 to something. The hour is approaching 7. It's 10 to 7. It's also 50 minutes past the hour before. The hour hand has gone past the 6, so it's 50 minutes past 6, which is 6:50. Now I've taken all the guides away, but you can still count both ways, counting in fives, going all the way round the clock, or counting in fives, going down the left-hand side as you look at the clock, the minutes too, from 5 down to 25. It's 10 minutes past something, the hour hand has gone past the 9. 10 minutes past 9, 10 past 9, or 9:10. We don't have to worry about minutes too, because the minute hand is on the right-hand side of the clock as we look at it. This one, the minute hand is pointing to the left-hand side of the clock as we look at it. It's so many minutes too, so we need a bit more information for this one. Starting with the minutes past, counting in fives all the way round there to 35. So it's 35 minutes past, the hour hand has gone past the 5. It's 5:35. Looking at the minutes too, again, counting in fives down that side of the clock, it's 25 minutes to, the hour hand is going to the 6, so it's 25 to 6. This time the minute hand is on the 9, and if you want to count round, you'll see that takes you to 45 minutes. It's 45 minutes past whichever hour the hour hand went past, which was 8. So 45 minutes past 8, which is 8:45. Looking at the minutes too, counting down in fives, that takes us to 15. It's approaching the 9th hour. So it's 15 minutes until 9, which is the same as 8:45. Looking at the minutes past for this one, counting in fives all the way round, takes us to 55. It's 55 minutes past, the hour hand has gone past the 12. 55 minutes past 12 is 12:55. Looking at the minutes too, it's just 5 to, and the hour hand is approaching the 1, so it's 5 to 1. And if you've got all that, the next video deals with the minutes when the minute hand isn't pointing directly at one of the numbers on the clock face, the minutes in between.